Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see what's going on out here in these streets. Let's see. Man, looking around. What is going down or up? Everything there. Let's get going. So let's get over to our scans here. Low float scanner is what we got up here. We got MNDR, PBM, IN. It looks like PBM is kind of getting a very fast feed of volume in there. It's at $3.42. Bitcoin still holding at around 91,000. Let's go and look at these low floats. High floats, the only thing up there is Nvidia with 3 million shares traded. And then the only other thing I had on watch is the things that was moving from yesterday. SGBX had no catalyst, but absolutely took the hearts of the people yesterday. FRGT, very cheap one, got up to $1.30 back to 90 cents. This KZIA, that was one that had kind of some mixed data. Very high outstanding shares, did move kind of sporadically. All of them were kind of choppy. And then EPWK, Chinese stock from yesterday, back down to $1.65. All right, so now let's jump back and look through these low flows. So like I said, MNDR up 80%, and we're going to deep dive on each one of these to see what's going on here. IVP we saw yesterday down. Oh no, it's up right now. INM, IB, PBM, Amaze, and CMND. So let's get over here to our main chart. And starting with the first one, MNDR, let's go ahead and jump into that one. MNDR. What you got going? It started at around $1.60 something, gapped up during pre-market to $1.97, went up here. Well, the spike went all the way up to $6.27. And then the looks like a secondary little rise here came up to $4.77. This one is Mobile Health Network Solutions. Mobile Health Network Solutions. Okay, so this one says it's headquartered in Singapore. Mobile Health Network Solutions, an investment holding company, provides telehealth solutions primarily in Singapore. Company operates in two segments, telemedicine and other services. and sale of medicine and medical devices. It offers some kind of platform, 360 degree healthcare ecosystem. Company also provides a suite of medical related vaccinations. So this last couple of days, we've seen the women's health pop off. We've seen men's health pop off. And so it's been kind of like a health type thing. And I know that there's kind of like a little theme going on, but a lot of these with their catalysts don't really, it's not something that really stands out. Hey, this is why this is moving. Over here on TOS, looking at the news, it says 5:18 this morning, Mobile Health Network Solutions announced a MOU to acquire 2 AI optimized data centers in Malaysia. The company to invest up to 120 million via 3M Class A shares to expand AI health tech ecosystem. So keywords here. One is AI, the other is Malaysia. So this is an Asian company. So AI for a Malaysian company. Well, it says 2 AI optimized data centers. So AI optimized means that these have higher capacity to perform under the stress of AI services to end users. AI optimized data centers. Okay, let's go ahead and so they're getting 2 AI data centers. So that's cool. Based out of Malaysia. Let's go check their float. What is y'all's float over here? So statistics. Outstanding shares looks like right around 1,300,000, but the float could be much lower than that. Float is under a million, so 738,000. Insiders have a pretty heavy holding here. Good morning, Danielle. Insiders have a pretty heavy holding here. Institutions with 4%. So let's mark that float up. Float of 3 or float of under a million. 738K. And we'll see if it trades like a low float. Okay, so that's MDR. It's already headed back down. The next one up here, IVP, little penny stock. We saw yesterday moving. It's up 26%, but already during pre-market showing us a little bit of chop fest. Okay, so up 26%, but has 118 million shares traded on it. Now it has no catalyst for today. So yesterday, let me see. It doesn't have catalyst from yesterday either. Let's see, the 18th. Nope. Okay, so it was going up on the sentiment of being a healthcare. Let's go and look at this. IVP. Something dealing with medical health, right? Yeah, Inspire Veterinary Partners. Inspire Veterinary Partners. So it just went up on the sentiment. I don't know why it went up, Veterinary Partners, but yeah, that's not something that I'm looking for. Next one is INM. INM up 22%, very choppy. No catalyst on the day. Some of these I'm wondering why they're moving. PBM pumping on back down here. It says Science Biomed reaches major breakthrough in pharmaceutical grade ibogaine supply for worldwide clinical and therapeutic markets. So it has a little bit of news today, but it is definitely headed down. Went up there to 380, started from around 277, went up to 389, not even really a dollar move, and already back down here to 9%. So that isn't great. let me look at where these are located. See if they're all Asian stocks. So IVP. IVP is out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. INM. Actually, let me notate that. IVP, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Because I want to make sure it's not just one location that's doing all of this. Okay. Then INM from INM out of Vancouver, Canada for INM. Okay. IVP or IVP, we already looked at that one. PMB. Out of Toronto, Canada. So two Canada stocks, PBM going on down there. Okay, next one is Amaze, which is only up 6%. So these are kind of falling off, so I'm not worried about researching Amaze or whatever because it's not amazing. But we do have our top four in the low floats, and the highest one is 75% with 18 million shares, and then behind that, 27, 23. All right, so let's go ahead and start dialing in and seeing what's going on the day. Frozen, no hire, no fire, labor market may be breaking. Layoffs from the likes of Amazon mark a shift with the delayed jobs report set to land. Okay, so Amazon is, named here, but this news, them laying off, is older news. So I'm not sure that that's going to be super effective. Let's continue to look. Nvidia stock jumps as off the charts sales ease AI fears. That one, that's going to excite some people. So Nvidia is already up here. I'm going to add that to the watch though. Nvidia. Okay. Let's continue looking through. All right, Moderna takes 1.5 billion loan as it targets 10% revenue growth. So that's a loan. That's not great news. AI is eating up the memory industry. Okay, so Micron MU is named there, but it's not named in the headline. How Musk's 2018 pay package could erase years of Tesla profit. Novo set for lottery ticket trials to see if GLP-1 drugs slow Alzheimer's. Retailers face a double whammy with a dash of ChatGPT. White House asks Congress to reject bill curbing Nvidia exports. Stock futures pop after Nvidia earnings with jobs data on deck. Walmart lifts fiscal year forecast as earnings beat. Stock slips. All right, so Prada heir Lorenzo Bertelli will have strategic role in Versace as executive chairman. Okay, Walmart raises profit expectations as more Americans hunt deals in sluggish economy. Walmart raised, okay, so that's literally the same news there. Insurance IPO hit 20-year high on Wall Street after tariff-driven chaos. Fact box Christian tech platform glues IPO puts what? Factbox Christian tech, whatever. Being cautious about cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, India Sim Bank, corporate insiders buying stock dip at fast pace since May. All right, so let's see what we're talking about down here.
Palo Alto Networks, first quarter earnings, they're just now crossing the wire here. Let's get you those results. Q1 adjusted EPS, 93 cents. The street was at 90 cents. Q1 revenue, $2.5 billion versus an estimate of $2.46 billion. More importantly, let's look at the guidance. Q2 adjusted EPS, they're calling for between 93 cents to 95 cents. The street was at 93 cents. At least initially here, it looks like it's down a bit in the after hours. I'm just looking for some commentary from the CEO. There it is. There's Nikesh Arora. He's talking about a strong start to the fiscal year marked by excellent results. He talks about strategic acquisitions of CyberArk and Chronosphere that he says positions us as the data and security partner of choice in this new AI era. Looking ahead to full year results as well, I wanted to see what they're guiding there for. It looks like they are seeing full year revenue, they're calling for 10.5 to 10.54 billion. They had seen 10.48 to 10.53 billion, and that acquisition will be in the headlines as well. They are buying Chronosphere, they say, for 3.35 billion. I know there had been some questions on the street heading into the print about the government shutdown, how that may have impacted the results. That's going to come up on the call. Most on the street like this name, the vast majority, in fact. You'll hear bulls talk about market leadership, expanding portfolio, the broad network, they'll say, of channel partners. At least initially, though, that stock down about 5% here in the after hours.
NVIDIA earnings are dominating the headlines, and on today's Stocks in Translation, we're taking a look at how you can play NVIDIA stock based on historical probabilities. So first up, I've shown this chart many times before, but basically, if you were to buy NVIDIA stock right before earnings and you held it for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 quarter, 1 year, this is the return that you might have expected over the last 10 years. So we're looking at the median returns over the last 40 reports, 10 years. You can see not much going on. 1 day later, 2%, 1 week later, 4%, 1 month later, 2%, but the odds start going up when you hold for longer periods of time. At 1 quarter, you're looking at a 14% median return. And then this is really the focus here. After 1 year, you basically saw a doubling of the stock price. Now I want to show you, these were the median returns. I want to show you the win rate or the percent positive for the same time period, 10 years. So 1 day holdings, that was positive 60% of the time. 1 week, 65%. 1 month, 58%. Anything under 70%, by the way, I consider to be subpar because stocks tend to go up. When you get to 1 quarter, and remember, that's when we were getting that 14% return, then we see the odds shoot up to 77%, and 1 year later, you are up 83% of the time. So it just kind of shows you that you want to be in that buy and hold mode unless you are a very, very nimble trader, because some of these shorter time periods are barely better than a coin toss. Now I want to show you what the experts are doing. So this chart goes back a few years. In white, we have NVIDIA stock price, and in green, we have the median Wall Street price target. And as you can see, it's usually above. That is, the price target is usually above the price. And sometimes Wall Street is playing a game of catch-up. So you'll see, like right in here, a few times that the stock price actually exceeded that Wall Street target here too. And the last time we caught up to it was probably a couple quarters ago. And you can see there is a rather big disparity between the target and the price. Over the last 90 days, since that last earnings report, NVIDIA stock has basically done nothing. It's just about flat. Meanwhile, the average price target, or median price target, is up to 237. That is a gain of 19% over that time. So the big question is price going to once again catch up to those price targets, or is there going to be a big disappointment? And is that price target eventually going to catch down to the stock price? We'll have to see about that one, but history says, at least over the last 10 years, and especially the last few years, that NVIDIA stock probably catches up to that target. Now we're going to take a look at post-earnings moves. Now these are just moves, and we're talking about range of trading. We're not talking about up or down. So the average daily move in NVIDIA stock any given day since its last earnings report is 3.4%. Now what the options market is implying, that is expecting over the next day after the earnings are announced tomorrow on Thursday, what is the return, or what is the range going to be? 7%. So basically more than double that. And then I took a look at the last 10 quarters, so that's 2.5 years. What was that post-earnings day move? Well, that was actually 10.7%. So we have seen a reduction in volatility over the last few quarters here with respect to NVIDIA stock. So that's something to keep in mind. We'll probably see above average volatility in the earnings reaction, but that's also going to be probably maybe double what we've seen over the last 90 days on those non-earnings days. Now I want to get into the return. So this is how much money you would actually make. Post-earnings average return over the last 10 quarters, 3.6%. Now 6 of those were wins, 4 of those were losses. So of those 6 wins, it was a positive a return of 9%. And of those 4...
All right, so pretty much all of these updates are coming on NVIDIA. And NVIDIA continues to become the spy of the market. Like, NVIDIA better not have a bad ride, you know what I mean? Like, people are watching it like a hawk. Even up here, let's see. Let me just pause this. NVIDIA. I mean, that's the only thing they're talking about is NVIDIA. Sell-off is an opportunity to buy the dip. September Walmart, US tech bubbles, NVIDIA. Investors should be defensive, blah, blah, blah. So the most recent things are talking about NVIDIA. We'll wait to see if we get any more updates. Right now, low float MNDR down here playing around $3. It is the AI optimized. It's getting 2 AI optimized, or acquiring 2. I should put that in the notes, shouldn't I? Acquiring 2 AI optimized data centers, is out of Malaysia with a float under 1 million. And then it has 19 million shares traded, had a high up here of 630, and then another push here. Let's go out to the daily chart and see what this thing's looking like. Make sure y'all on the right chart. Yep, y'all are. Okay. So looking out here, it closed at 166 yesterday and is all the way trading around 303s in here. So no real obvious levels in here. And back up just a little bit. Yeah, no real obvious peaks until way out here at the 460s. Okay, and that's pretty much where it came up to. Let's go ahead and mark that up. 462. Edit. It's going to be a peak daily level. Oops. All right. And let's back it up a little bit. So 462. And look, 462 runs right into what looks like some kind of gap down area. And then the next one is right here at 540. So I will duplicate, put this thing up to 540. There's so much. So I'm wondering, this is an AI stock, right? It's from Malaysia, but NVIDIA is leading the day. So I'm wondering, will NVIDIA give it some type of sentimental move throughout the day is what I'm trying to get at. Let Move that. We got another peak up here. So duplicate another peak all the way up here at 750s. I'm not sure if we can get that high. Is that the closest most recent? Yeah. Yep. All right. So 750 all the way up there, but it's currently doing a little coil out of here. As far as downtrends, this one is kind of steep. Hard to draw one because it's not really. Yeah, that's hard. It's already held out of that. As far as uptrends go, let's see. So it gapped up here. Gap level was right under the $2 level. Right under that $2 level, and we really don't have any hard down descending level here. It's up 89% with 20 million shares traded on it at 317. Let me move this a little bit. Actually, I'll put it up here so we can actually read it. There we go. All right, so this one's coming back up. The high of this was 335. It is a very low float, under a million shares. And just trying to hold up this idea. It's only been tested what looks like twice on the 1 minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes of holding above it right there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and right around 5 minutes holding right here. So it's coming up, did not break this high at 335 and coming back down to this trend. But it is the leader on today. Well, this thing is moving at 5 o'clock, 5:14. Will AI be the day? Will AI move us? And I want to kind of see more stocks that are AI based come up to give us more encouragement to trade the AI idea today. What's up, Mari? What up? What up? So we got Mari over there on Twitch, acting up. And right now we're watching something that could move if it catches fire. Nvidia right now up 4.95%. Let's go look at Nvidia. Give me that 15-minute. Okay. So since yesterday, Nvidia was down here at 184. Huge move up here to 190. 195 is almost a $10 move up overnight. Just incredible. Nvidia. I mean, it seems like eventually, these tech stocks are not just supporting the market or, keeping it kind of alive. They are the market. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute on here. So it did bounce up and test or almost test that 330 level, 331. It's got room back down here to check in again if it wants to, down here at 288. $21 million shares traded. Now this one closed with the ATR of 19 cents. And with this move, it's not going to grow the ATR soup a whole lot because it's only up like $2. So kind of waiting to see if it spreads out, if it can start getting the ATR up to like maybe 30 cents, above 30 cents, and then doubling it. But that's a lot of work to do. Okay, Abbott bolsters diagnostics portfolio with up to 23 billion buyout of Exact Sciences. A buyout, not too interesting. Wow, PBM absolutely went all the way down to the lower Earth. Went up here to 380, sold all the way. This was a Toronto, Canada stock, all the way back down here to 258. Closed with the ATR 26 cents, so it usually does 26 cents in a day, but continuing to break down there. It's almost got 10 million shares traded. That is pretty bad. So NDR coming down to this what looks like something, but I'm not sure about it. Coming down to right at that $3 whole dollar level. Point of control is at 309. Oh, I forgot to check the points of control. Point of control on the 5 minute is 302. Point of control on the 15 minute is 342. So from 342 up here, 342 down to 302. So right in here somewhere. So we'll see if it can start to hold these levels up. But yeah, Nvidia is going to have to keep it alive today. Nvidia getting close to 5 million shares traded. 4,417 shares. We're riding this level here. So that was a nice hard test right there on this level. The bottom of this was 284, and the top, the points of control, the most heavily traded levels are right here at the 3. So we'll see if it can continue to hold this, stay above 283, and recapture this box and continue to just grind higher on that slow AI news that trickle down from Nvidia. New candle opening above that level. Looking at the 5 minute, this is the 5 minute for this. So I rise up, come in here, and it's literally just right on this trend. Let's look at the 15 minute. You can see on the 15 minute, a couple topping tails. Bottom of this previous 15 minute is 276, but just right here on that trend with that box up there. This will be, we can get back over this. What will this be? Another time recapturing that 290 level. And the previous high here is right in line with the point of control, 298. So 296, right? 2 cents for it to continue this move. but we're trying to get another idea of what it's trying to do here, because we only got one right now from way back here, beginning of pre-market. $21 million shares traded, and the volume is slowing down. So slowing down right around this level. Bottom of 283. Will it get down there? Very tight trading here. Look at the level twos. I mean, it's just stacked. 11,000 over here, 5,000 over there. They don't know which way they want to go. But we do know that overall the idea is up for now. It's going to need to start breaking down this 283 for us to change our diagnostics. Okay, so again, holding this level up, going up there to the point of control, 298. The bottom of this box is $3 that is going up and testing right now. Did not get all the way to the bottom of 283s. So let's see if it can hold this secondary thought. Oops, wrong thing. Let's see if it can hold this secondary thought here from this bottom of 283 and continue to hold. $3 whole dollar level. Holding it in there. $301s. Opening up right under that box. $3 whole dollar level. Getting back into the box. 304s there. First candle in there experiencing some sell-off, so that's telling us something here. There are definitely sellers up there, don't want it to cut back through up to 340. So now that buyers know where the sellers are they going to attack them, or are they going to just be like, oh, well, the sellers, they're too much. Let's just get on down. And so again, retesting the trend. It's got this original idea here at the 296, and then below that down here to the 293. Tested the box once. Good morning, Senate. Watching MDN or MNDR. This is a Malaysia stock, but they are acquiring 2 AI optimized data centers. And I was wondering, were they going to catch sentiment off of NVIDIA's move? We've already got their point of control set in. We got their levels up here that they could possibly try to go for. It's got the the 462s up here. These were peak levels off the daily chart: 462, 540, 750. And so we're kind of just seeing if it was going to continue to grind up with the sentiment. Wait, why am I? Okay, there we go. With the sentiment of NVIDIA. All right, coming down to this level here that we had marked up. So it's at this secondary level. The box did act as some type of resistance there, but it's not done yet. It's still right here on this level. So I'm wondering, can it recapture this 296 up here and continue to walk higher? Right there, 296. They already know where the shorts are, so you know, a little attack back up there they could see if they can try to get some fear in there. There was a huge short order right here at the $3. It's like 14, 15,000 that was right there. So they know where it is. Up 77%, 22 million shares traded. Opening right under this previous level. Okay, so it's going to have to hold, get back up above 294 and kind of hold in here. So there's a little pop sees there. 294. Bottom of this one was 283. Under 283 is starting to look bearish. See if we can get that pop up. 294. Pop. Back over. Show the green. Show the green back over. There are the buyers. Let's see. I'll get over that 94. It's only 2 cents, bro. This thing is super, super thickly traded. It's only 2 cents. Opening up there still has not completely failed. So let's see if it can get back over the 290 or hold the 290s. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles down. Looking for a new idea. So this is a previous low. Then we got another idea through here. So 184 had a little stop here, and we'll see if this stop can pump it back up here to the 294s. Because again, they know where those shorts are. Do they want to attack them though is the issue, is the question. NVIDIA usually gives up its gain after a run up like this. Yeah, but NVIDIA, I mean, it's been running every day. That's the issue. NVIDIA is definitely, I think it's of its own accord. Like it's not valuable. It's not doing anything. It's actually doing things. Actually presenting new solutions. So I'm just like, man, this thing could really so right now this thing's just testing back and forth. Bottom side is the 289s, just right in here, and then this top side breaking back over 3 is getting further and further away. But haven't seen any new add-ons here into the pot as far as new low floats or new anything like that. This one threw up a big wick from 13 up to 16 and went right back down. INM headed down as well. A-Maze. PBM absolutely killed the game all the way back to the lows. It started all the way up here at 379 and pretty much just a straight up sell-off all the way down here to 226. I know somebody got hurt on that. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to be great. No, you're not. No, you're not. All right, so back over here, we're still holding right above the 283s, but it is constantly invalidating my old ideas. So, you know, that's not great. 288. It's going to end up breaking down here soon. It's getting real close. And it start holding in here, holding between 290s and 298. $2.90 test right there. Got this 10 cents to this top side. The ATR that it closed with was 19 cents. So this one really can't give me the range that I'm looking for. It's going to have to really start opening up, and it just does not look like it's going to be doing that. Even with 22 million shares, the volume has slowed down significantly here since we've been watching it. If you guys are seeing anything else, as far as low flows, mid caps, large caps, definitely throw it in. Let me refresh over here on the news. Make sure we're not missing any news. Okay, so Verizon is cutting more than 13,000 jobs as it restructures. Is the new news there? So let's put that out there. Verizon, VZ. Oh, it's at $41. Do I want to buy some Verizon? See, I got AT&T. Verizon uses AT&T's towers, but Verizon may build their own towers. So I'm not sure. Verizon pays a dividend. It doesn't pay as good as a dividend as AT&T, but it pays a dividend as well. So I don't know. I might buy some. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. So yep. Falling on down under that 283. Erasing that previous idea. Erasure. How low are you gonna go though? Actually, I can't even put a new idea there. So it's just kind of walking down the map. Senate, yeah, I saw Walmart earnings. They're supposedly getting a little boost as people look for deals and all of that. And then you call that NFP. NFP. Let's look that up. NFP. And then I saw Pawn today as well. Palo Alto, I think is what Pawn was. Okay, so NFP, US price, NF prompt. Is this the right? No, wait. NFP. Oh, it's not a ticker. Got you. Okay. Okay, so MNDR went down there to 271. Let's see if it can recapture this 288. Look at that. 271. So it's got a new idea there. That's a clear idea. Go ahead and put that in there. See if it can hold up that level. Whoops. So got this little level here, 271, back over the 288s. It could go back and retest that box. It's got about 10, 87, 88, maybe around the 88, back up to the 302. So maybe 12 cents if it's possible. It's got to hold up this bottom of 271. But this spike is going to encourage people to be buyers here. It's going to encourage them. Let me show y'all what the 5-minute looks like on that spike. So this is the 5-minute. Went down there to that 271 and came back up here. And getting a little frisky right there. Almost looked like it was going to drop through the floor. That was a 5-minute. Let's do the 15-minute. Tesla just joined the higher floats with a million shares traded hit. It is up 2%. Okay, let's go back over here. So, like I said, these spikes encourage buyers. They're thinking, "Oh boy, there's somebody buying here," and now it's creating a higher low here. So we're starting to see a higher low formed, and I'm thinking those buyers are gonna get encouragement to get it back up here to the $3. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens here. There it is, 288s. So it's re-entering that little range, 292. So these are the previous ideas that they're kind of rethinking as they get there. So went through 288, 292. Point of control is up here at 288, 292, and then 298 is the point of control. So these ones up here kind of a little bit steeper at this point. 292s continues to get slapped. 10 seconds left to the close of this. We have 27 million shares traded on this one. Stopping right there at that idea. So let's see if it can hold this previous idea, 288, and go back and retest this 290 up here, 292. Or will it just go down? Okay, so held this previous idea. Buyers came in and held it there. Let's see if it can get on up through that 290 level. Somebody wants it, right? Weird action for sure. Oh boy, 15,000 over here on the ask. 18,000. That's a lot of pressure there. So will it actually be able to hold up 288? I don't know. IVP 14 cents, not really worth it. All of these are just out of scope, man. We need something higher priced with some catalysts, man. Moving. Taking them to heaven. Right back down to that 288 idea, breaking it just a little bit. Will they buy it back above that level and continue to hold? Yeah, definitely has a lot of headwinds for sure. Holding that 288 there, 290 level again. It needs to get above this 293. Previous ideas. So if it breaks this one, it has room to go to that $3 if it breaks over the 93. But that's only a 10-cent win, man. I can't do nothing with that. I'm trying to get 30 cents per play, man. You know, let me see how many no trade days I've had here. Let's see. I don't even know anymore. What's today's date? The 20th. Oh boy, this whole week's been no trade days, actually. It's the 20th with no trades. Now I am still green on the month and all that good stuff, but yeah, these days have been super fishy. And just been looking for trades and trying not to get caught up in trash. But now it is failing that previous idea and really needs to hold this up at 288, but it's looking like it's treating it as resistance. Has room back down here to the 275s if this doesn't work out for it. Okay. That looks good, but you got to break all the way through. You got to break that 290 up there. Or 294. Yeah, this thing's too tight, man. You can't make any money, man. I want to feel at least a little safe. I want to see it moving away from my start point, you know, pretty good. It's like, oh boy, it's 30 cents to the upside. And I just got in, started 30 cents up, 40 cents up, 60 cents up, $1 up. Wow. But this one's just playing. And it's probably going to close up lower here. Yep. Opening up the new candle after making this topping tail. So the shorts are not looking to let it get back up here anytime soon. Well, there's nothing else here except, I mean, all I'm seeing is on the high floats is Nvidia and Tesla. Nvidia up 5% now, taking the market by storm. And that stock right there that we were just watching is keywords for AI and data centers. And Nvidia leading, I was like, well, maybe it's gonna be a sentimental play and it'll go up as well on the AI back, right? The back of whatchamacallit, Nvidia. But that just didn't happen, so it is what it is. CRWV just added to the high floats, just hit 1 million shares traded. That is CoreWeave up 9%. So now we're seeing what's happening. A lot of that volume is going towards these movers, and Nvidia is probably gonna have 10 million even before pre-market. So it's getting weird here. I did see Safe Green pop up there on the low floats, and it's $6.41. But just like yesterday didn't have any news. What's this news today? Green Holding outlines new integrated energy strategy following first year under Ellenok's leadership. And that's just the same thing. Exits home building to boost shareholder value. So shifts focus to energy and exit home building. Okay, it's only a 5%, so definitely not something that I'm like, oh boy, let's get it. Another one just got added to the high floats, which is VRSN. Just hit 1 million shares traded. All of these can move with range on the day. ATRs up way higher than these little low floats. Let's go look at Nvidia again. What's the market doing? Let's go look at the overall market. Okay, so yesterday I had marked this trend. I guess it ended up holding this trend. And it actually bunched up all the way over here to the 25,000s. Maybe there's a little bit of hope coming into the market. I don't know. We need some hope in the low floats for day trades. But the other accounts are probably doing good. Let me go look at Bitcoin here. It's Bitcoin. It looks like it's trying to recapture the 92,000s, but I don't know. We don't know. I'm not ready to add into anything at this point. I'm like, well, it could come down a little bit more. If it does, then I'll probably take some more positions. But for now, I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Okay, so yeah, a lot of focus in on the high floats. A lot of focus in on the AI. Oh, Google just got added. I didn't even see Google. Am I blind? Or was it already there? I think it was already there. Google's there. So let me see what the I'm gonna refresh the news and see if Google is on the front page. It's got 2 million shares traded. All right, Google. So we got GE Appliances bolsters ties with U.S. suppliers as it moves production from China to Kentucky. Analysts scramble to sell Japan's analysts scramble to sell Japan sounds fiscal warning bells. Okay, that's can't be written by an English speaker. Warner Music and AI startup Udio settle copyright battle and ink license deal. Okay. Again, I always saw earlier this morning was Nvidia, a whole bunch of Nvidia. So with Nvidia being so heavily in the news, I'm kind of scared for today to see see what happens here since it's actually carrying the market on today. MNDR did go back up to 3. Looked away for a little second there. Looked away for a little second there. It held up this previous idea. Started holding this one. Boxes up here at 3. And yeah. Top side was 298. So right under that 3 is where it stopped. With 29 million shares traded, and continues to bump its head on this this little resistance here. But this is only like maybe a 10-cent move, maybe 81 up here to 93, struggling. All right, back over to our high floats. Nvidia, Google. What's Google's news on the day? GOOGL. All right, so Google, recent news says, oops. First it was GPUs and electricity. Now AI is eating up the memory industry. So everybody's trying to fulfill or come in and, facilitate these 3 sectors: GPUs, electricity, and now memory. So how do we compact memory even more for all this AI interaction? How do we do it? Google 302, get it up there. Yeah, so this is gonna be one of those days. I'm gonna have to wait again. I'm okay with no trades. I'm okay. If there's nothing meeting the scope, I'm cool. If there's things that are kind of fishy about these, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But I will be on the lookout towards the open. It's just, man, it's been a weird week. It's been a weird like 7 days. I usually find at least one something to trade. You know what I mean? At least one something, but a whole week. Let's see, 14. So Friday didn't trade, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now today is Thursday. Gotta meet those parameters. Gotta meet those parameters. Gotta stay disciplined. But it is what it is. All these days off. I mean, it's not like I'm not making money at all. I work. I do other things that bring in income. So it's not like, oh man, I'm not making money in the market. It's gonna kill me. No. Every day I'm getting richer. Now, what I have been doing is looking into this dip and all these tickers dipping, the dividends and some of the large caps. That's what I've been more interested in over these last couple of days with the small caps looking like they are. Because I mean, once you figure out it's a cold market, it's like, I'm gonna be risk off. I want you to force me to buy. I want you to force my hand. And it has not been doing a good job at forcing my hand in the small caps. Nah, I don't drive a Lamborghini. That's crazy. Lamborghinis are for poor people. I drive a Pinto. All-wheel drive, baby. Let's turn up. I go off-road, on-road, turn it into a house, live in it. Yeah, boy. All right, but yeah, I'm about to get on down. Pretty much seen everything that I want to see. Nvidia's the focus. Jobs data set to provide long-awaited glimpse. Let me see. When is this coming out? Jobs data. Jobs data, is that coming out today? September data set for release on Thursday. Oh, okay. So we'll see how the jobs are looking. Since they're gonna finally be releasing that. And so that is a cause for kind of pause for sure.
Big jobs report on deck. What is the Joe Brusuelas forecast? What do you see for this labor
All right,
market?
so what I think we're going to do is we're going to see a mild gain right around what's necessary to stabilize the labor market. So around 50,000. Now, I'm expecting backward up revisions to both July and August.
You are? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this in a different way. I'm looking at the top line gain, but I'm more interested in the total change in employment, which will change those weaker months. And then we'll better get a
Oh yeah, one life. Yeah, I they call me granddad where I'm from. I'm not old, but I hung out with a lot of old people when I was young. Pretty much all of my grandparents had big families, and so all of them are like 100 years old now. And so yeah, I remember Pintos for sure.
better sense at where we think that growth is. You know, because of demographics, baby boomers retiring, immigration policy, and some of the pervasive uncertainty around the entire policy community, you know, but things have slowed. But they're not going to cause the economy to tip over. You know, one of the things I'm also pushing out there with our clients, both internal and external, is look at the prime age 25 to 54 labor force participation rate. It's just below the cyclical peak that we posted in July 2024 at 83.9. It's sitting at 83.7. If it stays at or around that, as we get partial jobs data over the next several weeks, because we're going to get 3 different jobs reports in the space of about 5 to 7 weeks. If it remains there, all it means is that we've just gone through a lot of noise, that the economy is just what it is. It's very resilient, and it's going to continue to expand, albeit at a fairly slow pace that's going to be driven, of course, by upper-end households.
Big jobs report on deck. What is the Joe?
Yeah, well, I don't just cover the macro news. I cover the macro news for a specific reason, because I'm like, okay, if I'm looking for attention in the small caps, I don't want to be blown away by, you know, something that's happening up here that I just wasn't aware of because I wasn't looking at the Nvidia or I wasn't looking at the news. And I'm like, oh, why is this small cap not performing? And then I go back at the end of the day and look and be like, oh man, Nvidia was blowing up. Oh man, you know, earnings. Oh man, jobs report. And I don't know that because I just wake up and just start trading as a small cap trader. That's kind of crazy. I'd rather take my time, know both sides of the coin. And at this point, it's not really a coin. It's like I don't know how many sides it has, but at least know a little bit more than what I'm looking for and understand, you know, if the people want that for the day, I got to accept it. The market's telling me what's happening if I read and if I am vigilant about the news. So it's like, no, I mean, it can keep me out of the risk, a lot of the risk of the trades by first sticking to the strategy that I'm using, because it allows me to control my losses very well, but also understanding if where I am is not where everybody else is, you know, it's gonna be a hard day. It's gonna be a hard day for sure. But job reports coming out. I'm about to jump off here for real. I got to get out of here. I got a lot of things to move in the next 10 minutes for sure. Oh yeah, in 10 minutes. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.